Hey everybody, we are Tegan and Sara. I'm Sara.
Oh yeah, well, I was gonna say I'm Tegan because my name comes first. It doesn't matter. She's Sara, I'm Tegan. We're Tegan and Sara. We're so excited to answer your questions. Thank you so much for submitting them. We're gonna pretend to drink coffee and we're gonna answer them. Thanks so much to Romeo for having us.
Okay.
Ready? No, sideways.
Sideways. Okay. Pinja from Karina. I hope I said all of that right. Asks,
Can you both twerk?
Can you both twerk?
Absolutely not.
No. In fact, I watched somebody stand on their hands today, and I thought to myself, my God, I need to work on my core strength.
Okay, Mariel from Atlanta wants to know, what famous song not written by you do you each relate to the most and why?
I always listen to I'm on Fire by Bruce Springsteen and think to myself, I wish I'd written this. So perhaps I would pick that one. Or Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen.
I really would say that I wish I had written Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Tegan, so light. You know, she's just so fun.
It's a good song.
Max from New Brunswick, representing Canada, East Coast Canada. What do you do to stay healthy on tour?
You're having trouble reading. The next question is going to be, how come Tegan reads better than Sara?
What do you do to stay healthy on tour? We are...
we work out, we eat well.
Probably could have finished the sentence by myself.
Well, it's to both of us.
That's true. Okay, so we are probably the most boring rock stars there are alive. We get a lot of sleep, we drink a lot of water, we save our partying for places like New Jersey or like Scandinavia. Make it special, that's the rule.
Maggie from Middletown wants to know, what do you do to your hair to make it look so good? It just looks this way. I don't have to do nothing.
I use angel's breath.
We have an angel trapped in Sara's basement.
Johan from San Francisco asks, are there any famous people you haven't met that you would love to meet? Yes, Johan, so many.
Anyone specific?
I would love to meet Bruce Springsteen. I'd love to meet Dolly Parton, Alicia Keys, Bjork, Patsy Cline. She's dead, so we would have to...
You have to go to heaven. Martina from Macedonia wants to know, who or what are your biggest inspirations? The people Sara just listed, all of those people.
Actually, that's very true.
Yeah. We definitely, we grew up in the 80s, so a lot of 80s musical icons, like those are the people we really looked up to and I think inspired us to become musicians. But we also, it's kind of cheesy to say about our family, you know, they're very motivated and they all came from really different places, but all sort of struggled and through their 20s and 30s built a really amazing life for Sara and I with lots of opportunity and really supported our ambitious musical side. So there are inspirations still to this day, I think, but they really motivated us to get our stuff together and be successful.
Yes, that's true. Cameron from Salisbury says, since you both were teens in the 90s, who would you say your favorite grunge band was?
Nirvana.
I don't know if people would classify Smashing Pumpkins as grunge, but that was my favorite band in the 1990s. So there you go. Siamese Dream, favorite record. Loved Billy Corgan. My room was absolutely plastered in Smashing Pumpkins memorabilia.
Okay, yep. Angelique from Albuquerque. At what age did you realize music was your passion? Well, we started playing music when we were 15. But we always really liked music. Sara and I apparently used to put on quite the show when we were little. We would put music on and lip sync and order all the kids in the neighborhood around and do plays and musicals, and we really always loved music.
True. Dominique from Montreal. Oh, bonjour. How did you discover Diana? They are awesome. They are awesome.
They are awesome.
John Spence, our keyboard player, he sent me a link, actually, to a song from the album that Diana put out and said, you have to hear this band, they're fantastic. And I became really obsessed, and so we did some touring with them. And they are really one of my favorite bands right now. They put out a record called Perpetual Surrender, and it is, I think, the coolest record of the year. So please check it out.
Sara from Pennsylvania, what's your favorite part about being famous musicians? Getting to say that I'm a famous musician. Just kidding, I never say that. But I do feel quite a lot of pride every time I fill out the customs form when I have to go back into Canada and it says your profession, I get to write musician. Because the first couple years I did that, the border people would be like, really? So you play music for a living? And I would be like, yeah, but we were just scraping by. But now I get to be like, oh yeah, I'm pretty successful, pretty good band, you know, pays the bills. So that's the best part.
Miranda from Kingston, are you planning on a future album anytime soon? Second question. Will it sound anything like Heartthrob? Well, Miranda, get off our backs. Just kidding.
Sarah feels a lot of pressure to write another record.
We can't wait to make another record.
Can't wait.
I hope that it sort of sounds like Heartthrob. I think of Heartthrob as sort of being a launching pad for a totally different era of Tegan and Sara. We're very interested in pop music and pop production, while also maintaining some of the lyrical and emotional integrity of our previous albums. So I think we're just getting started, Miranda. So we'll get on that.
Janet from Nebraska wants to know what our most memorable moment over the past year was. And I would say that for me, it was getting up on stage with, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis and singing Same Love. It's a beautiful song, and it's had such a huge impact on so many different people. And it was a real, important moment, I think, for us to be able to get up and share in that and to sing that song with 40,000 people and to see it go online and touch so many people. And I just feel really proud to get to share that moment with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. So it was really exciting. I was also really nervous. And it was also the first time I'd sung with a wireless mic, and I think that I looked a little ridiculous, but it was pretty cool.
You're cool. I was
Thanks.
really excited to go on stage with Taylor Swift, mostly because we love Taylor Swift, but also it was an opportunity for us to really be seen in a very mainstream way. There were a lot of young kids there, and we don't totally always visually look like or sonically sound like a lot of the other big pop artists out there, but I think it's important for people like us to be included in the mainstream, and so I feel like that was a really big intersection moment for us. So that was really cool this year. Valentina from Los Angeles, cool name, Valentina. Do you eat your mac and cheese with ketchup? Absolutely not.
Sounds delicious.
Okay, that is an American tradition. You're Canadian. I like to cut up some fresh chives into my macaroni and cheese, even perhaps a little splash of truffle oil. Keep it real.
Lucas from Porto
Alegre.
Who was born first? I was.
That guy.
8 minutes, and then Sarah came out. Late to the party.
Carolyn from Dresden. What's the strangest thing a fan has ever asked you to sign? Truthfully, we've been almost asked to sign
Oh, how about I got one?
everything.
This
No one's ever asked us to sign their earlobe.
No, but this girl recently, she has me tattooed on my face on the inside of her thigh, and apparently she's getting Sarah tattooed on the other side, and I signed that.
It's pretty weird.
Ciara from East Elmhurst, do you guys think you will have children in the future? Yes, I
Probably
think so.
separate from each other, though.
Definitely not with each other.
Mikey from Vermont asks, if you owned a label, which artist would you want on your roster?
That's a good question.
Okay, interestingly, right now, I would go for younger artists because I would be excited in manipulating and controlling their careers, like a real Svengali. So I would go with bands that are yet to be signed, and I don't know what those bands are right now because I don't own a label, so I'd have to get out on the street. and hear
No
what's
answer.
happening.
No answer.
Mystery.
Evelyn from New York wants to know, what are the main qualities you look for in a life partner? I think sense of humor, a good laugh, a certain flexibility and open-mindedness when it comes to scheduling. And for me, the number one thing that I need my partner to have is passion. I think to date someone like me who's always traveling and busy and passionate about my work, I think I need someone who can match that passion in their own life. I think that it's unhealthy to live for your partner only. And so I find it most attractive when someone has an equal amount of passion to me and my passion.
Sorab from Mississauga. I hope I've said that right. It's a beautiful name. What's your greatest childhood memory?
That probably includes me.
That's so challenging. I'm not entirely sure. Weirdly, if I just went with my stream of consciousness impulse, what the first thing that popped into my head was the New Kids on the Block concert in 3rd grade.
Wow.
It sticks out. I don't know what to tell you. This is what my brain just thrust forward.
Quality answer. Emily from Virginia Beach wants to know what our song Living Room is about. It's been a long time since I wrote that song, but my vague memory of writing it, I had a terrible cold, and I was high on cold medication, and my neighbors who lived across the way from me, they only used to come out at night. They kept their blinds always closed, and at night they would open it up, and I was wandering around sort of half stoned on cold medication and saw them for the first time with their blinds open, and they were a very strange and sad couple, and there was so much emotion happening. And I just remember the next morning I woke up and that line, my windows look into your living room, came into my head. And so it's not really about them, it's just about the idea of being detached from a very sad relationship. So sad. Downer.
Yasmin from Quebec asks, since you have traveled all over the world, which locations have had the best food, in your opinion? Please do not change the question before I've had time to read it in its It's like you think I'm some kind of like speed reading
I know.
genius.
Well, I thought because you were on that last part, I thought for sure.
Excuse us, Yasmin. We've.
She's gonna that was me. That was me. She's gonna reread your question.
All right. Yasmin from Quebec has asked, since we travel all over the world, which locations have had the best food, in our opinion? The truth is that I have had wonderful meals in so many places, it's hard for me to narrow it down. But if I were to have to pick one right now, I would say Chin Chin in Melbourne.
Great restaurant.
Was that what it was called? Yes.
It
All
was.
right, we're wrapping it up. Dustin from Independence, you are going to be our final question. Since you guys have collaborated with rap artists, is there any chance of you releasing a rap song of your own? Tegan, I mean, I would challenge you. Tegan's now sped ahead, so I forget your name.
Dustin
from Independence. Tegan, if you were to listen back to a couple of her songs, for example, North Shore, you might think to yourself, Tegan is a rapper.
I mean, I'm like a different kind of rapper than that, but I definitely feel
It's more
like
of a Henry Rollins spoken word.
we're
type
very
rap.
wordy. So, but no, I don't think that I would rap. I think that might be going too far for me.
Or has she? Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you, you guys. This was awesome. These were great questions. I'm sorry we couldn't get to everybody. Next time.